Lucy is a beautiful, cheerful girl. She once had a wonderful life. Lucy taught drawing, went out with friends, and made plans. But a terrible tragedy crossed everything out. After a head injury, the girl forgets every previous day. Doesn't she have a chance to fall in love and build a normal relationship? Everyone thought she didn't until Lucy met Henry. Will this guy have the perseverance to fight the girl's illness and win her over and over again? In the Paradise Islands of Hawaii, Henry enjoys a perfect life. He has affairs with tourists, loves working at an animal sanctuary, and is preparing for a trip to Alaska. Henry doesn't plan to start a serious relationship with local girls. Why must he have obligations? And love? No, such passions are not for him. One day a guy comes to a diner. A beautiful girl attracts his attention. She sits alone at a table and builds a waffle house on a plate. Henry can't take his eyes off the stranger. He likes to watch over beauty. But the guy doesn't dare to approach her. The next day, Henry thinks about the girl in the pink t-shirt all day long. Her image haunts the guy, and this has never happened to him before. Henry decides to meet a girl. In the morning, he goes to the same diner. The blonde sits at the table again and eats waffles for breakfast. She wears the same clothes, and Henry seems to have déjà vu. This time the guy dares to talk to the girl, and she invites him to have breakfast together. The beauty's name is Lucy. She lives on this island, teaches children how to draw, and loves building waffle houses. Henry and Lucy are having a casual conversation and having fun. They are very comfortable with each other, and it seems to the guy that they have known each other for many years. Henry realizes that he's attracted to Lucy, but falling in love is not part of his plans at all. He doesn't need obligations, serious relationships, and, God forbid, marriage. The guy decides to return to the old way of life. In the evening, Henry goes on a date with an attractive tourist. The girl, in every possible way, hints at intimacy, but the guy constantly sees the image of Lucy before his eyes. What the heck is this? Does he really like her that much? Henry wants to meet Lucy again. He goes to the diner, and the girl sits at the same table. Henry greets Lucy and tries to start a conversation, but she doesn't recognize him. The girl is outraged that some pervert is trying to hit on her and acting like they are friends. Henry doesn't understand what's going on. Is this some kind of joke? Or a prank? He has a great sense of humor, but there is nothing funny about Lucy's behavior. The waitress takes Henry aside and explains. Lucy is a special girl, and he can't get acquainted with her and have an affair. A year ago, the girl had a terrible accident and received a head injury. Lucy has a damaged part of her brain responsible for short-term memory. Everything that happened before the accident, the girl remembers perfectly. But, the events that occur after the injury, the girl forgets. Everything that happens to her during the day is erased from her memory after a night's sleep. So Lucy has been living like this for a whole year. Every day is Sunday for her. In the morning, she has waffles for breakfast, goes to the store with her father for lunch, and celebrates her dad's birthday in the evening. Henry doesn't get how a girl can live in ignorance for so long. But on the island, everyone loves Lucy very much, and they help her family to support this legend. Henry is shocked by what he hears. He needs time to digest the information. Meanwhile, Lucy heads home to celebrate her father's birthday. They eat cake again, watch the same football match, and give the birthday boy the same gifts. After dinner, the girl paints her father's garage. And when Lucy falls asleep, her father and brother paint over the walls for the 100th time so that tomorrow the girl can do the same. Lucy's family is tired of this life, but they can't help it. Apart from them, the girl has no one, someone has to take care of her. In the evening, Henry reflects on Lucy's illness. His eccentric friend Ula advises him to have an affair with her. Yes, it's the jackpot. The ideal girl for an easy relationship. And if you want to break up with her, you don't even need to explain anything. She will go to bed and won't remember the guy in the morning. But Henry doesn't want to hear about such a relationship. He really likes Lucy very much, so he needs to find another way to meet her. Henry decides to win the girl. He comes to the diner every morning and tries to strike up a conversation with Lucy. But the poor guy gets rejected all the time.
Huh?
Ngoài ní piguya quen khai.
Oh, don't speak English.
Dạ quen khai.
Okay.
And the cafe staff even place bets on how many more times Lucy will reject these clumsy courtships. One day, Henry puts on a whole show to get Lucy's attention. He pretends he can't read. Of course, the girl doesn't believe this weirdo, but she considers him quite nice and invites him to her table. They are having fun again, and Henry is fascinated by Lucy. When she goes home, the guy follows her. Henry meets Lucy's father. He is unhappy that his daughter has a boyfriend and Lucy is not the girl to have an affair with. Lucy's father demands that Henry no longer come to the diner, and the guy agrees. Doubts regarding Lucy torture Henry. He desperately wants to date her, but the guy has promised her father not to go to the cafe anymore. Exactly. He promised not to go to the diner, but he didn't promise not to see Lucy outside the cafe. Henry decided to go the other way. Every day, he arranges a chance meeting with Lucy on the road, coming up with a new show. Either his car broke down, or there wasn't enough gasoline, or even robbers attacked him. Henry doesn't always hit the mark with his scripts. Who knew that Lucy handles the bat so deftly and runs excellently? Poor Ula, who pretends to be a robber. His ribs crack from Lucy's precise punches. But what won't you do for a friend? One day, when Henry is again waiting for Lucy on the road, the girl's father drives up. He invites the guy to visit. In fact, the father is touched by the perseverance of this funny admirer. Well, maybe this guy isn't that much of an idiot. Henry comes to visit Lucy. The girl's relatives show how she paints the walls of the garage. The girl seems very happy. Lucy sings the same song every day she sees Henry. Henry asks how long they intend to deceive Lucy. What will happen next? One day the girl wakes up and notices that she has aged 10 years. How will they explain it to her? Lucy's relatives understand that this performance can't last forever, but they can't tell their daughter about the accident and her illness daily. The father won't bear to look at his daughter's suffering again. The next day, Henry drives to the diner to meet Lucy. As soon as they start a conversation, the girl notices a policeman nearby her car. He writes out a fine for an expired coupon. The girl is outraged. Almost a year before the inspection, she just got through it recently. Lucy sees the date on the ticket. What's going on? How did the whole year go? The girl understands that something strange is going on. Lucy rushes home, and Henry follows her. Her family tells her about the accident and her amnesia. The girl can't accept the terrible reality and wants to talk to her doctor. However, Lucy has spoken to him many times but doesn't recall it. Henry offers to take Lucy to an institute that studies traumatic brain injuries. The doctor says that there are no signs of improvement in the disease. Henry brings the girl home. Lucy asks the guy to talk to her about lilies, her favorite flowers, the next time. Unless, of course, he still wants to see her. Lucy's father invites Henry to have a beer with him. The girl's relatives began to like this cheerful, persistent guy. If he didn't run away from Lucy on the first day and didn't take advantage of her illness, then he truly likes her. Henry says it's not good to lie to Lucy all the time. Finding a way to inform the girl about the accident and her amnesia is necessary. It looks like he figured it out. A guy steals Lucy's diary from her car. The next day, Henry comes to the girl with a bouquet of white lilies. He hands her the tape. Lucy is watching the video. In a few minutes, she learns everything that has happened to her over the past year. The girl is impressed by what is happening, but she especially likes the love and humor with which Henry recorded it. Lucy and Henry spend this day together. The guy takes the girl to see her friends. In the evening, the couple walks on the evening beach. This is one of the best days they've ever had. The girl asks Henry if he loves her. Henry doesn't just love Lucy, he loves her to the point of losing his memory. They kiss. For Lucy, this is their first kiss, which is insanely sweet. Henry and Lucy begin to date. The girl watches the tape every morning, and she falls in love with the guy again every day. They spend one evening at the nature reserve where Henry works. He arranges a romantic date for Lucy and sings a song he composed himself. The girl is delighted with the guy, and they spend the night together. Before falling asleep, Henry asks Lucy if she will marry him, and the girl says yes. The story ends in the morning when Lucy finds a stranger in her bed. What the hell? Who is this psycho, and what is he doing in her room? The girl makes a scandal. Henry also gets stuck with this. An accurate blow with a stick knocks him down. While the boyfriend is licking his wounds, Lucy watches the tape. The girl then overhears a conversation between Henry and her family. The guy says he's put off scientific research in Alaska. He can't leave Lucy for long. Henry is sure that she is about to begin to remember him. The girl's father doesn't share the boy's enthusiasm. He shouldn't expect the impossible. His daughter will never be able to live the same way of life. Lucy listens and realizes that she is becoming a burden on her family. In the afternoon, Lucy comes to work with Henry. The girl is holding her diary, and there are many notes about the guy, but Lucy doesn't want to talk about the diary. The girl decided to break up with Henry. She asks the guy to help her rewrite the diary. Lucy wants to remove all information about Henry from her life as if he never existed. The girl doesn't want him to suffer the same way as her family. Henry must make a career, get married, and have children. He can't do that with Lucy. Henry can't and mustn't win the girl's heart every day because she doesn't remember him in the morning. Henry is against it. This decision hurts him, but he can't force Lucy to continue their relationship. When they rewrote the diary in the evening, Henry says goodbye to Lucy. The girl asks to give her the last first kiss. Henry's heart is broken because Lucy will forget him overnight. But it's not easy for a guy to erase from his memory the only girl he truly loved. Time passes. Lucy lives at the institute. Henry is finishing up preparations for his trip to Alaska. One day the girl comes to the reserve but doesn't recognize the guy. Henry is hurt, but he realizes their breakup was the right decision. The day has come when Henry must go on a journey. Friends escort the guy. Lucy's father and brother also came to say goodbye. Lucy's father gives Henry a tape of his daughter's favorite song. He says that she constantly sings it at the institute when she draws. Henry sets sail. He turns on the cassette. What is it? This song makes him cry. He remembers Lucy singing it while painting the walls of her father's garage. Stop. She sang as she painted the walls. She sang every day when she and Henry met. It means Lucy remembers him.
Shit. She remembers me!
Oh God. Henry turns the yacht around and rushes to the institute. He is meeting Lucy there. Henry asks if she knows his name, but the girl replies that she doesn't know his name. Henry is upset. So his suspicions are not confirmed, and Lucy doesn't remember him at all. But the girl invites Henry to her workshop. She wants to show him something. The walls of the workshop are hung with portraits of Henry. Lucy sees dreams of him. She doesn't understand how she can draw a person she has never met. Henry introduces himself again to Lucy and says they have seen each other. The girl remembers him, after all. This is a miracle that only true love could do. This time, Henry will never let go of his beloved. Lucy wakes up in an unfamiliar room. A cassette lies near her with a note, "Watch me." The girl turns on the video. There are many events on the record that she doesn't recall. What is this? Her wedding? The man in the video asks Lucy to put on her jacket and to have breakfast. What? What jacket? She's in Hawaii. Lucy is surprised but complies with the request. The girl looks around and realizes she is on a yacht in the middle of glaciers. On deck, her husband, daughter, and father are waiting for her. Lucy's illness didn't prevent her from starting a family and going on a trip. It's all thanks to Henry's love and insane perseverance. Another fantastic day has come. Henry will win his wife over again, and it's time for Lucy to fall in love with her husband again. They have a long, happy life ahead of them, and no matter what surprise destiny throws at them, these two will definitely cope with it.